So this is the employee table which I have created. You can see A, B, C, D. I have 5 employees in this table, and this is the salary, what they're earning. Okay, 100, 600, all those things. So first of all, I'm taking the very simple example. So to keep the things as simple as possible. So this is your employee table. Okay. Now the question is to find the highest salary from this table. Okay. So from this you can easily say that this is the highest salary. Okay. So whenever you are working on SQL and you are trying to write SQL queries, okay, and when it is complex, the best way is first of all write an algorithm for that or the logic for that. Suppose I asked you to find the highest salary or the maximum salary. One way is you can use max salary keyword, right? That can give the maximum salary. But suppose if I'm telling that you don't have to use that max salary, then how you will do? Okay. So first of all, let's work on the logic. So what I'm trying to do here is I will create one more similar table. I will make a copy of this. Okay. And suppose if I want to know that this for this particular record, if this 100 is highest or not. I have explained this yesterday as well. I'm just repeating it. So what we will do, we will compare this records with this, right? So if this is greater than all these records, correct? If this 100 is greater than or at least equals to all these records, then we can tell that yes, this is the highest salary. Am I correct? We can use this logic, right? If this 100 is greater than all these records, then we can tell that okay, here's the this is the highest salary. So this is the logic we will use, and this is the concept behind correlated query. Okay, your one record will be compared with all the other records. Okay, so for whatever you have studied, you have not studied like you are comparing a particular record with all the other records. No, you have not studied this concept so far, and this can be done using correlated query and joins. So first of all, I will tell you correlated query, and then I will tell you how it is different from joins. Okay, so I don't want to mix all those concepts. So first of all, let's concentrate only on correlated query. So don't think about joins, because those who already know the concept of joins, so please don't mix it here, otherwise you will get confused. So here, this is the table and this is the data. So here I want to find the highest salary, and the condition is you don't have to use max salary keyword. Okay, so the logic which came to my mind is I will take each and every record from this table, like salary 100 I have taken, and I will keep it here, and then I will compare with all the records of this table. If it is greater than all these records or equals at least, then we can tell that yes, this is the maximum salary. Is this fine? Is this logic clear?
Yes.
Everyone, right? It's clear to everyone? Okay. So for this, what I can do is 1 minute. Fine. Okay. So for this, what I will do is I will write select a dot id comma a dot name comma a dot salary from employee A. Okay. So from this query, what I've written here, I'm telling to SQL engine that SQL I want ID, name, and salary from this employee table. And I have used this alias here for this table A. So I'm pointing that I want this, or else leave this A. I will teach you joins, then I will teach you this, leave this one as of now. Okay, so this is the query which I have written. So if I will execute this query, you will get all these outputs, right? Correct, no? I'll execute this, you will get all the outputs. But here we have to find the maximum salary. Okay. So after this, I will write a condition where 0 equals select count of star from y p where b dot salary is greater than a dot salary than a dot salary. Yep. I will explain you what I am doing here. Let me complete the query. So this is the query, and this is known as correlated query. First of all, let me execute this and let me show you this. That are you getting the expected result or not? So here 2B600 showing as this is the highest salary. So is this correct output? Right? 2B600 is the correct output. Okay. Now the question is what this query is doing and how we can tell that this is example of correlated query. Okay. I hope so far it is clear that I am getting select ID, name, and salary from employee table. And I've marked here A because I'm telling to SQL engine that I want this from table A. That's why I've written A.id, A.name, A.salary. Okay. So far any question first of all? Any question guys so far?
Okay.
Is this clear? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now after this, and please stop and ask me question if you're getting stuck anywhere. Okay. I know this is a bit complicated concept. After this, I have written where condition. You are familiar with where condition as well, right? So if I break this entire query in two parts, this is the second part, and before this is the first part. The first part is very clear to you. So first part is telling that you want ID, name, and salary from employee table, right? Second part is the main engine. This is the main logic which you will try to understand here. Okay. But before proceeding with the analysis of second part, tell me one thing. Can I tell that the second part of query is the filtering the query? I'm trying to filter some records. Is that the correct sentence if I'm telling? Will you all agree?
Yes. Yes.
Right? You all know that where condition, whenever we are using where condition in SQL queries, so it means that we want to filter something. Hope you all know that, right? So for wherever we have used where condition, we are trying to apply filter that okay, we want this record only, or we don't want this record. So where means filter, correct? So if you see this entire query, in this entire query, I'm telling to SQL engine that SQL, I want ID, name, salary from employee A table, but only those ID, name, and salary I want which satisfies this filter condition, correct? If I'm telling this, so you all will agree, right? Now the question is what this filter is all about. Okay, so if I will talk till here where 0 equals So from this, you will understand that, okay, Tanveer is telling that execute this query, right? Execute this inner query, and if the output of this inner query is 0, right, then this will match with the 0 and the condition is fulfilled, and you will get that particular record. Am I correct? No, not understood. So what I'm telling is, suppose this inner query, if the output of this inner query is 0, so condition is fulfilled or not?
Yes.
Yes. Fulfill.
I'm not telling now that how the output will be 0, what this inner query is doing, what is the logic behind this, how it is related, how it can be termed as correlated query. We'll discuss all these things. Okay, but very simple, that if this inner query is executed and the output is 0, then we can tell that yes, this matches with the 0 and the condition is fulfilled. So that particular record will be fetched. You all agree? This is the main skeleton of any SQL query, not only this, right? And if the output of this inner query is 1, so you will tell that, okay, no, this condition is not fulfilled, this is false. So this particular record will not be fetched. So this is the format of any SQL query, right? Any questions so far before I proceed further?
If condition is satisfied, it will fetch all the record from EMPA, right?
Or can you repeat, please?
If where 0 equal to 0 condition is true, so it will fetch all the records from first step, right?
You see, yeah, I will I will tell you that all the records will be fetched or limited records will be fetched. That's a different topic of discussion. I'm just teaching a skeleton now, that we know that, okay, if this condition is fulfilled, we will get some record. If this condition is not fulfilled, we will not get that record. Right? Roughly,
Yes.
this is the skeleton, no, of any SQL query, right? If this condition is fulfilled after where, so we know that, okay, some record will be fetched. What record will be fetched, we will discuss that. If this condition is not fulfilled, so we will not get that record. Correct? You all agree? This is the overall high level skeleton of any SQL query. So far so good, everyone? It's clear, right?
Tanvir, can you please explain me select a.id and a.name, a.salary?
Ah, okay. So your question is that why I have written a dot, right? I think that's what you
Yes.
are getting at. Okay. When I will teach you joins, so I will explain you in detail that why I have written a dot, a dot, a dot. But for the time being, just understand that this employee table name, I'm giving an alias a. Okay. You might have noticed that earlier we used to give alias to columns, right? So similarly, here I'm giving alias to this employee table name as a. Okay. And here I've written a.id. So I am telling to SQL engine that I want this id column from this employee table. If I've written a.name, so I'm telling I want this name from this employee a table. You might be thinking that why, Tanvir, why you're doing this? This is the first time I'm seeing. Earlier, wherever you have written query, you have never used this. So I will explain the reason for that. Okay. Or else, if still you are confused, so ignore this. Ignore this for the time being. That, okay, this doesn't matter. Just I have written like that only. Okay, you can ignore this one. I will tell you the reason after this. Okay.
Sure,
For
no
the time
problem.
being,
I
just
got it.
ignore this. I will tell you the reason.
Okay.
So, okay, fine. So overall, this is the skeleton of any SQL query, that if the where condition is fulfilled, you will get the record, and if the where condition is not fulfilled, you will not get the record. You all know this, right? And that's what I have tried to explain you here, that suppose if the inner query is giving some output as 0, okay, how the output will come 0, how it will work, and we will discuss that. But suppose if the inner query is output is 0, so this is condition is fulfilled and you will get some record. Again, what record will be fetched, all the records will be fetched, or what all records will be fetched, we will discuss all these things. I'm just talking about a skeleton first of all. So hope this skeleton is clear, right? You all understood? Okay. Now there is a couple of questions that, okay, fine, we understood that, okay, if this inner query will be executed and if the output is 0, so you told that, okay, we will get some record, that's fine. But what this inner query is talking all about? Okay, let's analyze this inner query, and I will request you all to give full concentration here. If you're getting stuck, stop me, ask question, whether it is silly question or brilliant question, whatever it may be. Okay, I'm proceeding further. Now the question is what this inner query is. Okay, so if you will concentrate on this inner query, if you will see till here, select count star from employee. What is the meaning of this? Select count star from employee.
Count the number of records.
Very simple. I'm telling to SQL engine that please count all the records of the employee table. And again, you will see here that I have mentioned here alias as B, and in the outer query I give an alias as A. So just few minutes I will tell you the reason for that. Okay. For the timing, again, I will request you to ignore this. Why I've written B. Please ignore this for the time being. So till here, we understood that, okay, this inner query is trying to fetch the count of all the records from the employee table, right? Okay. But again, in this inner query, I have given some condition. Again, there is a where condition. And you all know that where is a filter condition, right? So now if you will read this entire query, so from this entire query, I'm telling to SQL engine that SQL, please count the records from this employee table, but because we have this where condition, that is why I'm adding this but word here. But only those records count, but count only those records which fulfills this condition, right? What is that condition? We will discuss that again. Please don't think about that what is that condition, then we're okay. So is this query clear? From this query, I'm telling to SQL engine that count all the records from the employee table which fulfills this condition. Any questions so far? Clear? Okay. Now let's try to understand that what is this inner condition, and this is the main engine of this entire query, or the main logic of this entire query. So let's try to understand this. Okay. Now I will read the entire query. Okay. Use SQL engine when I have written here this one. Select ID, name, salary from employee A. So what happens? Your SQL engine, first of all, it will search for the employee table in the entire database, right? It will make a copy. So here, this is the copy of this employee table, and we have given the name as alias A. Okay. Now your SQL engine will start processing each and every record of this table A. So first of all, it will start from here. Okay. It will start from this record. Now if it will start from this record, so it will ignore all the other records. First of all, it will start from this record. And your SQL engine will check for this condition. If this condition is fulfilled, then only it will give you this as an output. The first record will be thrown as an output. If this condition is not fulfilled, the first record will not be thrown as an output. So SQL engine will process each and every record. First, this record will be processed, then the second record will be processed, and the third record will be processed. And if the condition is fulfilled, then that particular record will be displayed as an output. So let's try to understand that if the SQL engine will pick this record, then what this query will do here. Okay, so now your SQL engine is standing at this particular record, and this is your query. Okay, your SQL engine will search for this condition. If this condition is fulfilled, you will get this particular record. Now, in the condition, you are telling that 0 equals this inner query. Okay, when your SQL engine will work on this inner query, it will see that the user is telling me to count all the records from employee B. So the moment it will see employee B, it will stop here. It will make a copy of this table, and it will paste here as an employee B. Okay, so now you have two tables, employee A and employee B. After this, your SQL engine will see that what is the logic. User is telling to compare B dot salary with A dot salary. So here this is your B dot salary. Why? Because this we are referring from employee B table, and this is your A dot salary. Okay. Now here what you are telling that here you are telling to SQL engine that I want to count only those records where B dot salary is greater than A dot salary. Okay. So then what will happen? Now your SQL engine is standing at this particular record. It will copy this salary. This is A dot salary. It will keep here. Okay. Now you are telling that compare B dot salary with A dot salary. So this is B dot salary. It will compare this with this. So now you're telling that B dot salary should be greater than A dot salary. So is this B dot salary greater than A dot salary?
No.
No? Okay. Then it will go to the next record. 600. Is this greater than 100?
Yes.
Yes. So then you have count of a star. So it will create a bucket of count of a star. In this bucket, it will add that, okay, we got one record which is greater than this, or we got one record which fulfills the condition, right? Till here, we have one record which fulfills this condition. After this, it will move to the next record. 500. Is this greater than 100? So yes, this is greater than 100. So again, you got one more record. 300. Is this greater than 100? So yes, this 300 is greater than 100. Again, you got one more record. 200. Is this greater than 100? Yes, this is greater. So again, you got one more record. So what is the total count of a star now? 4. So if I will tell you that for this particular record, when the SQL engine was processing this inner query, the output is 4. So is this clear or not? This inner query output is 4. Is this clear? Yes or no? Shall I repeat this? Yes, hello?
So can you wait, sir? Just
Okay, sure. I will repeat this. Here, this is the query which I have written. Okay. And in this query, we are talking about the inner query first of all. Okay. Now this inner query is working. So your inner query will process for each and every record of outer query. Now your SQL engine is standing at the outer query. Okay. Because SQL engine will display this record as an output only when this condition is fulfilled. You all know this, right? You want all these records from employee A table, all these records, but all these records or the records will be fetched only when this condition is fulfilled. Correct? So your SQL engine will process each and every record, and it will check for this condition. If this condition is fulfilled, then that particular record will be displayed as an output. Okay. So now your SQL engine is standing at this record, and then it will check this inner query condition. If this is fulfilled, then only this record will be displayed as an output. Hope this is clear so far. Okay. Now what this inner query is doing, let's try to understand this. This inner query is calculating the count of all the records from employee B table, right? But only those records which fulfills this condition, because you have mentioned here where condition. So only those records will be fetched which fulfill this condition. Now what this condition is, Here you are mentioning that I will count only those records for which the B dot salary is greater than A dot salary, which means the salary of this table B, if it is greater than the salary of table A, then I will consider only those records, right?
Okay.
So right now your SQL engine is standing at this particular record and the salary is 100. It will make a copy of this 100, will keep it here, and it will compare with all the records of this table, all the records of this table, or the salaries of this table, and it will check that how many fulfills this condition. So is this greater than this? No. 600 is greater than 100? Yes. So one count. 500 is greater than 100? Yes. Again one count. 300 is greater than 100? Yes. One count. 200 is greater than 100? Yes. One count. The total 4 counts. So 4 count means total 4 records are there, which is greater than 100. Okay. So now your inner query, when this will be executed, so you will get output like this. Yes or no? Is this clear or
Yes.
so far?
Yes.
Okay. So now tell me, is this condition is true or false?
Select detail 0 equals
0
Yeah,
equals 4. This
true,
is false.
true,
Oh,
false.
this is true. Yeah. 0 is equal to 4.
True,
0 is not
true,
equal
no,
to 4,
sir.
right?
Yes.
So this
No,
condition is false.
no, we checked, no, sir. We compared the first record with all the things.
Uh-huh.
We found out that 4 records are there, which is okay with the condition.
No. See. From that, I have calculated count of a star, this inner query. And
Yeah.
this inner query count of a star, how much
4,
we got?
4.
4. So I have written 4 here in the bracket.
4. Okay.
Now this entire query,
Okay.
now for this entire query,
0
the
is not
condition
equal to
is
4.
where 0 is
False.
equal to 4. This
False.
is false. So if this is false, so it means you will not get this particular record. So it means this particular record will not be displayed as an output.
Okay.
Is this clear?
No, I was assuming 0 and 1 are Boolean values, true and false.
Yeah, it's like that only. So this record will not be displayed as an output. Is this clear, guys? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Okay.
Yep.
Shall I proceed with the next record analysis?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now your SQL engine will go to the next record. This is the next record. It will copy this, it will paste it here. Again, before displaying this record, because you are telling SQL engine to display all the records of employee A table, but before displaying this record, your SQL engine will again check for this condition.
It will show true, sir.
Sorry?
True, it will show true. 0 is equal to 0.
It will check for this condition. If this condition is fulfilled, then only this record will be displayed, right? Now let's validate this condition. So again, same thing. You will compare this B dot salary and this salary with this. Is 100 greater than 600? No, 0. Is 600 greater than 600? No. Is 500 greater than 600? No. 300 greater than 600? No. 200 greater than 600? No. So what is the count now?
0.
0.
Because when this inner query is executed, none of the record has fulfilled this condition that B dot salary is greater than A dot salary, right?
So always
And that's
outer
why-
will be executed, sir. First, the outer one here.
Yeah. Outer will be executed, yeah. So now for this query, if I will tell you that the inner query will give me this data, will you agree? For the second record, the inner query will give result as 0. Count of a star will be
Yes.
0.
Yes.
Yes.
Now tell me, is this condition true or false?
True.
True. This condition is true. So if this condition is true, then your SQL query will release this record and you will get this as an output. Okay, is this clear? Any question?
Samir, I
Don't
have
think
one
that
question.
one minute before answering. Don't think that correlated query is over now. I have few more concepts to teach, but so far it is clear or not? That is what I'm asking. So far it is clear or not?
Yes.
Okay, so far you all understood, right? Okay, so
Yes, yes.
okay, fine. Ask question. Someone was asking question.
Tanvir, if you are mentioning condition where 0 is equal to 0, then we should pick a.id, a.name, a.salary from the
Employee
table
ID.
A. So, okay,
Hmm.
it should pick all the values, or how it is picking only one values?
That is what I'm telling. This is the beauty of correlated query. Your SQL engine will pick the first record first. It it will process the inner query. It will check the condition. If the condition is fulfilled, then it will display this record. If the condition is not fulfilled, it will not display this record. That's what I shown you, that for this inner query we got here 0 equals 4. Okay, so this query was not displayed. So here, then after this it will go to the next record. Again it will process the inner query. If the condition is fulfilled, then only this record will be fetched. Then after this it will go to the next record. It will check for the inner condition. Okay, just give me 1 minute, it will be clear. Okay, so second record is fetched, right? You got the output because this has fulfilled the condition. Now your SQL engine will go to the third record, this record. Now this record is under operation. It will copy this 500 to paste here, and again it will match with this b.salary. Is 100 greater than 500? No. Is 600 greater than 500? Yes, this is greater than that. Let me delete this. So one record here. Is 500 greater than 500? No. Is 300 greater than 500? No. 200 greater than 500? No. So what's the total count now? 1. So now this query will be changed to this query. Now is this condition true or false?
False.
False. Now tell me, this record will be displayed or not?
No.
No. So this record will not be displayed because this has not fulfilled the condition. So here it is like your SQL engine is checking each and every record, and then it will process this condition. If the condition is satisfied, then that record will be displayed. If the condition is not satisfied, then that record will not be displayed. After this, your SQL engine will go to the fourth record, this one. Now this record is under operation. It will copy this 300. It will keep it here. Again, it will match. 100 greater than 300? No. 600 greater than 300? Yes. So one count. 500 greater than 300? Yes. Again, one count. 300 greater than 300? No. 200 greater than 300? No. Total count is how much now? 2, right? Now for this particular record, now this inner query will be converted into this query. Now tell me, is this condition true or false?
False.
False. So now tell me, this record will be displayed or not?
No.
No, this will not be displayed. Similarly, after this, your SQL engine will go for the last record. It will process this record. It will copy this 200 from here. Copy this 200, and again the same activity will repeat. 100 greater than 200? No. 600 greater than 200? Yes. So here the count will be 1. 500 greater than 200? Yes, count will be 1. 300 greater than 200? Yes, count will be 1. Total count is 3 now. Now this query will be changed to this query. This is the output is 3. Now the condition is false. This record will not be fetched. So only you will get this record, and this is the maximum salary holder. Okay. Now I hope at least 10% you have understood, right? Now here the beauty of correlated query is how the SQL engine is performing. SQL engine is taking each and every record of this employee A table, and then it is processing the filter condition, correct? It will check for the filter condition. It will check for the count. If the filter condition matches, if the condition is true, then only that record is displayed. If the condition is not true, the SQL engine will move to the next record. Then for the next record, again, it will process all these conditions. If the condition comes to true, it will display that record. If it is not true, it will go to the next record. Okay. Now please ask questions.
Tanvir, my question is that where are we gonna face these kind of problems, like the table employee table A and table B, and on a daily basis, where are we gonna use these kind of queries?
I will show you some other examples. No, then I will tell you that how this queries will be useful.
Yeah.
Those examples I will show you. Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, sure. I will show some other examples, and that will be more clear. But concept wise, logic wise, is this clear that what I'm trying to teach you? Logic wise, any question?
Yeah, Lord, I got it.
Everyone understood?
Then
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
In the first outer query, if I put instead of a dot star, a dot id, if I put star, what will be the result?
Same result you will get.
Same result. Okay.
Let me
It will
show
check
you
row
that.
by row. It will check row by row. So we will get.
You're telling this, no?
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you will keep this, you'll get the same result. I think this is logged out. This is logged out. 1 minute. Log in again. 1 minute. I need to log in again. This is logged out. So if you're using a star or you're using the column names, they both are one and the same. That will not make any difference. Let me show you this again. This is the table, the data. This is what you have told that I want a star. So you got the same output. Okay. Yeah, any other question, guys? Please ask questions. I will show you some other examples and how this is useful, in which scenario this will be useful, but don't go to why, just ask questions from what all things you have understood, what all things you have not understood.
Then one question.
Yeah.
In normal select queries,
Mm-hmm.
what is happening is like it will fetch all the records from that table, then
Correct.
it will check the where condition, right?
Correct.
Here control is like row by row. How that is happening? How the SQL engine is understanding
Very
like
good.
this is a correlated query?
Very good. Brilliant question. See, that's what I have planned to explain after this. But before explaining or before answering your question, any other question? Any other question, guys? Concept wise, you all understood this or not, that how it is working, right? You all understood. Okay. Now see. See here, I want to, and I want full concentration, guys. This is very important concept. Employee where salary is greater than. Suppose I am executing this query, okay, and this is the output. Okay, so for the timing, forget about all these concepts which we have studied now. I want to deviate you from this topic to some other examples. Then again, I will come to that concept which we are studying now. Suppose this is again our table, and this time I'm trying to execute this query. Okay, very simple query I have written here. I'm trying to execute this query. Okay, so in this query, tell me the keyword which will be executed first.
So from, sir.
From, you all know that SQL engine, first of all, it will hit the from keyword. Okay, from keyword it will see that okay, table name is employee. So your SQL engine will search for the employee table in the entire database and it will make a copy. So here is the copy. Let me remove this A. Save from here as well. After from, where your SQL engine will go? Where condition salary is greater than 300 you have mentioned, right? So it will concentrate on this particular column. Okay, here it will check that what was salary greater than 300. So it will check that okay, this is greater than 300. Next so this is greater than 300. Only this two. And then it will check that what user is asking. Select a star. User is asking for all the columns. The star means all the columns. So first of all, it will make a copy of all the columns. It will keep here, and then it will display the selected records. Correct? This is the way it works. You all agree? Now here your SQL engine is scanning all the records in a one go. Correct? Your SQL engine has scanned all the records in one go. Correct? No, I told salary greater than 300. So it has scanned all the records whether salary is greater than 300. And then it has displayed the record. You all agree? But if you will concentrate here, concentrate in this scenario, your SQL engine has not scanned all the records in one go. First of all, it has taken this record. It has done that processing. It has applied that operation. It has checked for this condition. If this condition is fulfilled, then it will display this record. If this condition is not fulfilled, it will not display this record. Correct? Once this operation is over, then it will go to the next record. Again, the same operation it will do. The same filter conditions it will check. If the condition is pass, it will display as an output. If it is not pass, that will not be displayed as an output, right? And then it will go to the next record. So if you will compare this scenario and this scenario, there is a huge difference, right? Here your SQL engine is scanning all the records in one go and it will check what all records are greater than 300 and finally it will show the output. But here it is not working like that. It is working row wise row. First row operation will be happen, then second row, third row, fourth row, like that. Is this clear? What I told you right now? What is the difference between this query and that another query? Is this clear, guys? Yes, you all agree that it is working like this. In this scenario, it is working row wise row, but in this scenario, for the simple query, it is scanning all the records in one go. First of all, is this clear or not? Any question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tanvi.
Okay, you all agree that yes, Tanvir, for this condition, all the records will be scanned in one go, and then finally it will show the output. But here in this query, it is taking each and every record, it is processing it, it is checking for the filter condition, and then it is displaying the result. First of all, this is clear, right? You all have understood this.
Next one.
Okay. Now the question is why? Why in this scenario all the records are scanned in one go, but in this scenario the SQL engine is getting that much intelligence that it is picking one record, it is processing it, then it is moving to the next record, it is processing. So how that intelligence you have given to the SQL engine, right? That's the question. Now for that I will try to explain, and please try to understand that. Again, concentrate on this query. Okay. Here you have written that you want ID, name, salary from employee A table. So your SQL engine will check for this condition. But you have mentioned that this condition where 0 equals this particular inner query. Now, when your SQL, so here again the same way, first of all, your SQL engine will come to this from condition. It will make a copy, and this is the copy of this data. Okay. And then after from, where it will go? It will go to this where condition, right? When it will reach this where condition, it will see that here it is 0 equals. Then it will concentrate on this inner query, count of a star from employee B. So it will process now this inner query. So you have mentioned here employee B. So it will make a copy of this employee B table. Okay. Now here you are telling where B dot salary is greater than A dot salary. So this is the main thing which you have to understand. Okay. So the moment you will write B dot salary greater than A dot salary, so SQL engine will understand that okay, user has mentioned A dot salary. So it means user has used some other table as well, correct? Because SQL engine will see that for this employee table, alias is B, but how suddenly the alias changed to A. So user is telling me to compare with this A dot salary. So now the SQL engine will search that where is this alias A. Okay. So first of all, it will search in this inner query. Do you have any alias A here? Yes or no?
No.
No. Then it will jump and it will go to the outer query. It will connect with him. It will check that do you have any alias A? It will tell that yes, we have an alias A for this employee A table. So the moment SQL engine will see that there is an alias A here, it will understand that the user is asking me to compare the salary of my table B with the other table which alias is A, this one. Okay. So now here a connection will be established. Okay, now here the connection will be established. So the SQL engine will understand that the user is telling me to compare the salary of my salary of this inner query table employee B with the salary of an outer table employee A, whose alias is A. Okay, so that's why first of all here it will pick this record. Okay, it will stop here, and then it will compare with each and every record of the outer query, because you have mentioned that I want the salary B should be greater than A dot salary. But where is A? A is present in the outer query. This is A. This is A alias employee. So there's one more table employee. So it will understand that I have to compare this salary with the salary of a table which is present in the outer query. So because of this, that is why I have used this alias B here and one alias A here, so that when the SQL engine will see this alias A, he will understand that okay, there is some other table which is used here. Then the SQL engine will search that where is this table A. So he will go to the outer query and it will check that. First of all, it checks in the inner query. Do I have any table with the alias A? So it will find that there is no table with the alias A. Then it will contact with the outer query. So in this outer query, it will search where is the table with alias A. It will find here that okay, table with alias A. The moment SQL engine will see that there is a table with alias A in the outer query, he will understand that the user is asking me to compare the salary of this inner query with the salary of the outer query. Okay, so this is the benefit, this is the purpose of using alias here, and that's why now it will compare this salary with each and every salary of the outer query. Is this clear? This is why, this is the reason that it works here row wise row. Okay, I think it's still not clear.
Yeah, got it.
Shall I repeat this? Anyone who wants me to repeat this? I know this is complicated, this is a little bit complex, but this will differentiate you from the crowd. Okay, please feel free if you want me to repeat this. Okay, quickly I will summarize this again. Okay, hope you will not get bored. So but I'm summarizing this quickly, and please ask question if you have any.
Can we, like, with the help of this, we'll be only able to check the records which is having the maximum salary, right? second highest salary, we won't be able to do.
Everything you can do. I will show you that. I will show you. I will give you a generic formula. Even if someone is asking you 4th highest, 5th highest, 10th highest, 50th highest, you can do with the help of this query. I will give you a general formula for that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now again, we will try to understand the same concept. Okay. And please don't try to find the use cases now. Okay. I will show you some other use cases. Fine. So right now, concentrate on the logic, that how it is working. And this is very, very beautiful query. I prefer working on this. But most of my students, they avoid this concept because they find this complicated, complex. But yes, I told you that this will differentiate you from crowd. So fine. So let's try to analyze this again. Okay. Even if you have understood, please concentrate here. Try to understand. So this is the query I have written, and I'm telling that this is an example of correlated query. So we all know that for any SQL query, the select clause will give you output only when the where condition is fulfilled, right? But here the where condition is working in something different fashion. In all the other queries which we have seen so far during our session, during our training course, we have seen the queries like this, okay? Where the SQL engine will take all the records in one go. It will check for this condition, and then it will apply the filter on all the records, and finally it will show you the result. But here it is a bit different. It is working, it's applying filter row by row. And why? That's the question. Okay. So here, let's concentrate on this inner part of this query, what this is doing here. So your SQL engine will again start from this, from clause. It will make a copy of this table to mark it here. Okay. Then it will check for this filter condition where 0 equals. It will look into this inner query. So now your SQL engine has read this inner query. In the inner query, your SQL engine will again, first of all, pick this employee B. So it will make a copy of this employee B table. This is your employee B table. Okay. After this, your SQL engine will, after from employee B, it will go to this where condition. Same thing. Okay. It will check that, okay, user is telling that B dot salary. So here this is B dot salary, right? B dot salary is greater than A dot salary. Now here the SQL engine will be confused. Here it will be confused. Why? Because it will see that there is no alias A present in the inner query. It will get confused here. Then what SQL engine will do? What it will do, guys?
It will go for outer query.
Correct. It will check for this alias A. This is not present in the inner query. It will go to the outer query. It will check for the alias A. So it will find that, okay, alias A is present here. So he will understand that the user is asking me to compare this salary with salary of table A. Okay. But this table A is different. That is this table. Okay. So then your SQL query will understand that there is one more table employee A, and with this table I have to compare this salary. Fine. So now for each and every record, because of this condition only, because of this condition, it will pick each and every record of outer query. This is the record of outer query. Okay. And then it will check for all these conditions. First of all these conditions will be checked. Because of this, we are telling that compare B dot salary with A dot salary. It means for the first record of this employee A, it will stop here for the first record only. Okay. That is like, suppose all the other records are not present at all. It seems like that this is not present. Now your B dot salary will compare with this A dot salary. This is greater or not. Then again, this will check it is greater or not. This is greater or not. And finally, it will check for the count. How many records are greater? Okay. It will check for the count. It will process it. It will mark it here. Check for the condition. The condition is fulfilled. Display this is an output. The condition is not fulfilled. This is not displayed as an output. Once the operation of this is done, it will move to the next record. Okay. Then it will pick the next record. And similarly, all the operations will happen. Is this clear now?
Yes, Tanvir.
Yes.
Tanvir,
You all
I have one
from-
question.
Hmm.
The performance of this query will take too long time to produce a result, right?
Little bit this is you're correct. From performance perspective, little bit this is bad.
Because it is taking all the values from
Correct.
table. I
Correct.
think it will check 30 times, right? 5
Yeah,
into 5,
that is
25,
time
25
consuming.
times it will work.
I agree. This is time consuming. But concept is clear. You want me to repeat this?
No, Tanvi, I am clear.
Okay. Now, don't think this is over. You have few exceptions here. Now this is a query. Now my question is why I have given 0 here? Why I have given 0 here? What is the reason?
Filter.
Yeah, that is filter, correct. But why 0? Why not 1? Why not 2? Why not 3? Why 0? Who will answer this?
The exact condition should be matched. That's the reason. The output of inner query should match with that 0, so that the exact value can be picked from this.
But why 0? Why not 1? You should ask question that why?
Computer understands like binary sequence.
So even 1 is binary. I can give this as well. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose here if I will give this 1 as an output, yeah, as a filter condition, I'm executing this query. Now the output is this a maximum salary?
No.
No. That's what I'm asking you to think, that why I have given 0 there. I'll give you 30 seconds. Think over this. Why I have given 0 here? What is the reason?
It should pick the maximum of value.
Okay. So
Maximum
what?
of value. So if I put one, then it is picked second largest value. If I put,
Okay.
that is the thing I could understand from this.
Almost you are correct. 50%.
It will pick maximum of value. If I put 0, then it will pick maximum of value. If I put
Why?
1,
Why? That is the question. Why? You are correct. 0 means maximum salary. Why?
it is comparing with what is it, subquery.
Correct. So
So output, if it is matching maximum number of values, then it will pick the maximum number of values from this A table.
okay. C. Okay. No problem. But very good. You have tried, and almost you were very close to answer. See, if I am telling that this salary is the highest or this is the maximum, right? If I am telling this salary is highest or maximum, so will you be having any record here which is greater than this? Answer my question. If I am telling this is highest, so will you be having any record here which will be greater than this? No. Here you told me that 600 is the highest, right? You all agree that 600 is the highest. Why? Because there is no other record which is greater than this 600. Then only you can tell that this 600 is the highest. Am I correct? If you're telling that the 600 is the highest, so it means none of the records in this table is greater than this. You agree?
Yes.
You all agree, guys?
Yes.
That's why I given 0 here, because I want the highest salary. So it means I don't want any record which is greater than A dot salary. So if this count is 0, it means none of the records of this employee B table is greater than this particular record. That's why again the here it is 0. 0 means no record is greater than this particular record. Is this clear? That's the reason I have put here 0. Because when you're doing the analysis of this, check it. If I will keep it 600 here, so what will happen? It will compare 100 with 600. Is it greater? No. 600 is greater than 600? No. 500 is greater than 600? No. 300 is greater than 600? No. 200 is greater than 600? No. So none of the records is greater than the 600. So count of a star will be how much? It will be 0. So it means he is the most powerful, or he is the highest salary holder. That's why I kept it 0 here.
If the condition of the query is like it is median, so you should have changed that value, like where 0 instead of 0 you should have taken like 2 or 3 or just 1. So to match that condition, this query has to fulfill the requirements to meet with the 0
Correct.
or
Yeah.
1 or 2, right?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
Okay. For this condition, for this particular query, the 600 is the maximum
Highest
one,
one.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yeah. Is it clear, guys? Why I've kept 0 here? Anyone who wants me to repeat this concept?
Then we are clear.
No. Clear. Okay. Fine. Oh, if it is clear, if it is clear, if it is clear, if it is clear, if it is clear. Okay. And if it is not clear, please revise this, but don't skip this. I know many of you will be thinking that, okay, let's skip this. This is not used frequently. But please don't skip this. I've inserted one more record, 600. Okay. Now I am executing the say query to find the highest salary holder.
2.
I got the output as 600, right? 2 records. Okay.
Yeah.
This is fine. That's 200 is there. I'm thinking of one more scenario. The star contact salary is there. Salary. Okay, leave that. Oh, that particular scenario is not coming in my mind now. I missed that.
So Tanvir, if we
Mhm.
alter the situation
Mhm.
in the sub query, instead of b dot salary greater than a dot salary, if we put like a dot salary greater than b dot salary,
Hmm.
in that condition also we'll get the same output, right?
No. You will not get the same output.
But
You
the
will not get the
like
same output.
but the values in the two tables are almost same.
Okay, fine. I was thinking of a scenario, but that slipped from my mind. Okay, but let me answer first your question, then I will come to that again. This is your question, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here, see different output,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Now the question is why different output, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bit risky for me to explain, but I will try to explain this. But don't get confused, others. Okay. Now this is the query, and let's same analysis we'll do again. And, see, okay. This is the query. So first of all, your employee A table. This is your employee A table. Okay. And then after from your SQL engine will go to this where condition. Correct. Check for this where condition. In this where condition, you have this inner query. So your SQL engine will enter this inner query. Again, in this inner query, first of all, it will check for this from condition employee B. So this is your employee B. To mark it here, employee B. Okay. And this is a B dot salary. This is A dot salary. Now here you are telling that A dot salary is greater than B dot salary. So first of all, your SQL engine will stand at this particular record, first record. Okay. Now the condition what I mentioned, A dot salary greater than B dot salary. So it will take this 100, keep it here. Is this 100 greater than this 100? No. Is this 100 greater than 600? No. Is
No.
this 100 greater than 500? No. Is this 100 greater than 300? No. Is this 100 greater than 200? No. So count of a star is 0 here. So here you are doing the opposite thing. In the earlier case, you were comparing this. Where is that? Yeah, you are comparing this with this. Is this 100 greater than 600? Is this 600 greater than 600? Is this 500 greater than 600? Right? But here you are doing the reverse. You are comparing this with this. Is this 100 greater than 100? Is this 100 greater than 600? Okay, so this you are doing the opposite of this. Are you getting my concern? This is the
Okay, but
opposite
why?
here. But why means
Like,
sorry? Why we didn't
like,
get the output, the expected output? That's what your question?
yes, exactly.
Okay, okay. So see, okay. Here in this scenario, what I was doing is I picked this particular record first of all, right? The first record. This is the one, no? Oh yeah. I picked this first record, and I was thinking that whether he is the highest salary holder or not, because that was the question, to find whether this is the highest salary holder or not. So if I have to check whether this 100 is the highest salary holder or not, so what I will do, I will compare each and every record of this another table, correct, with this table, correct? No, if this is greater than this, if this is greater than this or not, 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 I'm checking that. And I given condition here is 0 because I'm telling that none of this should be greater than this. If none of this is greater than this, then I will award him as an highest salary holder. Correct? That's the logic we have used here. 0 means none of this, if none of this is greater than this, then we will award him as the highest salary holder. That's the logic we have used here. Correct? Correct, Bashir? I think Bashir has asked this question, right?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
it. I got it.
So this we have used here, that we are checking that, okay, if this records, none of this record is greater than this, that's why I given as 0, means none of this is greater than this, then I will award him as the highest salary holder, right? Now here in this query, you are taking this 100, okay, and you are checking if this 100 is greater than this 100 or not, if this 100 is greater than this 600 or not, if this 100 is greater than this 500 or not, if this 100 is greater than 300 or not, if this 100 is greater than 200 or not. So both, you can do both ways. Okay, you can do both ways. Suppose we have Bashir, pardon me for misspellings. Okay, Tanveer, Miller, Shrejit. Suppose I'm taking 4 examples. Okay, Bashir has scored suppose 90 marks in SQL test. Tanveer has scored suppose 40 marks. Miller has scored 60 marks. Shrejit has scored 70 marks. Okay. Now suppose if I have to find the topper in the SQL test from this table. So what I will do, I will create one more table here. Okay, fine. One way is, first of all, I will concentrate on Bashir marks. Bashir has scored 90. So one way is I will test all these marks against Bashir marks. 90 is greater than 90. No. 40 is greater than 90. No. 60 is greater than 90. No. 70 is greater than 90. No. So it means none of this marks is greater than 90. So I will award that Bashir is the topper. This is one technique, right? You all agree, guys? Okay. Second way, what Bashir has told that, okay, Tanveer, this is fine, but I want to do another way. Bashir told that, no, I want to do another way. This is fine, Tanveer, you are doing like this. So what I will do is, I will check this. I will go from here. So here what I've done is I have used this way. Where is this? 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 Where is that arrow? I missed that arrow. Sorry guys, I missed that. I don't know where is that arrow. Okay. So here we are going from here to here, right? Now Bashir is telling that no, Tanvir, I will do like this. Is this 90? Bashir is telling that I will check this. If this 90 greater than 90, is this 90 greater than 40? Is this 90 greater than 60? If this 90 greater than 70? So if this 90 is greater than all these values, so we can award that, okay, Bashir is the topper. Correct. So this is again one more way. Correct, Bashir? That's what you're telling?
Yes, yes.
Bashir is telling that I will do A dot marks greater than B dot marks. But here what I have done? B dot marks greater than A dot marks. I have used this technique earlier and we got the output. So Bashir is telling that, Tanvir, why not this? I will prefer this one. This is again same. I'm comparing A dot marks is greater than this. It means if this marks is greater than this all marks, so obviously he will be the topper. But here what you are doing, you are comparing this with this. You're comparing this with this. You're comparing this with this. You're comparing this with this. So both are almost same. Both will give me the topper. But why this one is not working? That's the question, Bashir, right?
Yeah. Now I got it, Tanvir, actually, because previously I was focusing on the result, not with the query. So now once you align with the query, the result will be the same what we are getting from in the SQL queries or the platform.
But this query has not given you the result, right? When I change this, you have not got the expected result. You got result as 100. Why? Correct. Even I can use this, the same condition, but why the output is not correct here, right? So that's what I'm trying to make you understand. First of all, is the question clear to everyone? Is the question clear? Or
Yes,
you guys are
Tanvir.
confused? Okay.
Yes.
Correct. No, I told this technique that compare this with this with this with this. But she told that no, I will do this way. If this 90 is greater than all these marks, then obviously he's the topper. Correct. That is also correct query. But what is the mistake? Let's try to understand here. So this was the query. This is your query. This is your query, right? When I executed this query, we didn't get the expected output. Why? I will give you 20 seconds time, 30 seconds time. Think and tell me why this is not giving me the result. Although this logic is also correct. If you're comparing A dot salary with all this, then this is also correct. But why this is not giving me the result? Can think and tell me? Very simple. Very simple. Who will answer this? Why this was not giving me the result? Shall I answer? Okay. See.
It is picking for minimum number of values.
Minimum number of values. No. See. Here the second solution which Bashir has mentioned. Bashir told that I will compare this 90 with this 90, this 90 with this 40, this 90 with this 60, this 90 with this 70. So Bashir told I will go with this approach. And this is again correct. But in this case, this 90 must be greater than all these records. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Yes. So if I will tell you this 90 must be greater than these 4 records.
Yes.
Then why I put the output as 0? So here output should be 4, no? Correct? Why? because you are telling that count of a staff from employee B where A dot salary greater than B dot salary. So it means your this A dot salary should be greater than all this salary. So obviously if this is greater than all these salaries, so the count will be 4, correct? So you have to put here 4. So for this condition, if this salary is greater than all this salary, so how many records are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be greater than 5 records. Are you getting this point? Is it clear? No? Okay. Tell me guys, yes or no?
A little bit confusing.
Confused. Okay. I will repeat this. Look at this one. If I'm telling this 90 is greater than all these records, and if it is really greater than all these records, we will tell that this is the maximum salary, correct?
Yes.
Correct? Yes. If this 90 is greater than all these records, so can I tell that this 90 is greater than the other 4 records?
Yes.
Correct. So means this 90 is greater than 4 records. So it means this count of a star will give me 4 for this
Yes.
particular record. So you have to keep here 4, no? Then why we are comparing this with 0?
Yeah.
Why you
The
comparing
where
with 0?
condition should be upgraded, right?
Upgraded, yeah. So
Previously-
you have to change this condition here. You are telling that this salary should be greater than all the records. So you have to change this condition here. I'm not telling that this query will not work. This will also work. But here this condition has to be changed.
Okay, for a minute, Tanvir. Actually, if we avoid those calculation and just put like where condition from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, we'll get like 4 outputs. So what is the best way to have which one condition is getting fulfilled at which condition?
See, they all have their own use cases. Suppose stick to our earlier query, this query. When I have used this query have given me the highest salary, right? So the highest salary is 600, correct? Now when I will keep it here 1, so 1 means I am telling that only one employee should be earning higher than that. Suppose if I will execute this query here, suppose take this example only. Now this is a query, and this is the table. Now for this, when I have kept here 1, so what it means, I am telling that compare B dot salary with A dot salary, and only one record should be greater than A dot salary. I have given here 1, no? So it means only one record should be greater than this particular salary. So it means I am looking for second highest salary, correct?
That will be C 500.
That will be C 500. When I've kept here 1, so it means I'm telling only one record should be greater than this record. So it means I'm looking for second highest. And if I will keep it here 2, so I am telling 2 records should be greater than the particular record. So it means
300
it will third highest salary, correct? So that's what I told you. You can generalize this now. If you want second highest, keep it here 1. Now let me execute this. No data font. Okay. This is what I have to explain you why this is showing no data font. But before answering that, let me delete this particular record. I know this is a bit complicated concept. Now let me execute this. You got 500, the second highest.
Yeah.
If you want third highest, make it 2. Third highest means 2 persons are earning salary more than that particular person. That's why I kept here 2. Now this will give you third highest. Third highest is 300, right? If you want fourth highest, make it 3. That's what I told you in the beginning, that I will share you a generalized query for that. Okay, 200. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
But
Okay,
Tanvir,
all the
this is
general
not working.
1 minute.
Right?
1
When
minute.
we are-
1 minute. General formula is n minus 1. Okay, if you want first highest, so n is 1, 1 minus 1, 0. You want second highest, n is 2, 2 minus 1, keep it here 1. So similarly, if in the question they are asking 50th highest salary, 50 minus 1, keep it here 49. If 49th highest exists, we'll get that as an output. Yeah, question please.
If two employees are having the same salary, then it's not working.
Hold on. I know that question you will ask. That will also work, but I will do little modification here. Intentionally, I'm not showing you that now. I will show you that, okay? But intentionally, I'm not showing you duplicate one, and that's the reason I have deleted this here. But I will show you that as well, okay? Apart from that, any other query? I will come to the duplicate part. Okay, just give me some time. Any other query apart from that?
What you have written n minus 1, I could not able to understand.
So
N
what
minus-
n stands for?
N minus 1 is the general. I have posted this on my LinkedIn page as well. So n minus 1, suppose if someone is asking you, tell me the highest salary or the first highest means the topper, the 1, okay? So n is 1, okay? N value is 1. So now if we'll keep here 1, so 1 minus 1, 0. So now this query will become where 0 is equal to this. If someone is asking you second highest, so n value is 2, okay? So in this query, n minus 1, sorry, put n is equal to 2, 2 minus 1 will be 1. So 2 minus 1 will be 1. So this will give you second highest. If someone is asking you, I want third highest, so n is equal to 3. Now in this query, put the value of n as 3. So this will become 3 minus 1. This is 2. So it will give you third highest salary. Is this clear now? No?
So n is the number of maximum possible output, right?
N is that if someone is asking you fifth highest, so keep the value of n as 5. 5 minus 1, 4. So keep it here 4. This will give you fifth highest salary. This is ready-made query. Means nowadays, no interviewers are asking this kind of questions. That's why I created this ready-made query. You can execute this. But of course, this will fail in case of duplicate. A small modification you have to do, which I will tell you maybe tomorrow.
If you want the minimum,
Minimum, yeah, minimum. There's separate query for that I have posted on my LinkedIn page. I will tell you tomorrow. For that as well, we have query. But minimum, maximum, all these things you can do. That's not a problem. But the most important is you should understand that how this is working. Okay. After the class, revise this. Okay, and this will be clear. We will see some more use cases, some other examples. Don't think that this is over now. 50% is over. Then I have to show you that suppose I have kept some other examples here, like department wise. You can see this example. So here they can ask you a question that, okay, tell me department wise who is the highest salary holder. Okay, the second highest salary holder department wise. In that case, how to do? If there's a duplicate, so this query will fail. Then how to cater that requirement? Okay, we'll see all those things tomorrow. But please revise this concept. Go through the recordings, revise it. This is very important and very useful as well. Okay, guys, final call. Any questions, please? There's no question. Fine, then we will. Okay, fine.
Then by
So
when will be able to wind up the course?
course, yeah, that's I'm coming to that only. I thought of covering joins as well today, but we stuck at this correlated query. So maybe tomorrow's class we have to spend in joins. Okay. Tomorrow I will try to complete this correlated and joins. Okay, let's see how much we can cover. So overall I need 2 to 3 more class. I'm very sorry. I'm extending the class. Okay, I need 2 to 3 more class. Either you give me this week Saturday or Sunday, or
Yes,
let me know.
Saturday, Sunday will work because from Tuesday onwards I've enrolled into big data classes.
Oh, okay. So if
And
Saturday, Sunday works for, I know that it is difficult for everyone to be on the same platform, and I'm very sorry. I've committed for 5 weeks, I think, but we are stretching this. So if Saturday, Sunday works fine for everyone, so maybe we can connect in afternoon or evening whenever you are free. Okay, so please think over that timing. Just 2 more classes I want, and then we'll finish this as well. Okay, and let me know on my WhatsApp personal window. Ping me that if you're comfortable on Saturday and Sunday, we'll plan then. Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.